we've got your heat, now we've got your water. Sarah Gunn is here with fabulous water features, including a DIY one. Now, there's something really beautiful about having that really tranquility outside in your space. And it's very easy to have one that matches your decor now.
Oh, I totally agree. There are so many different options. If you have a small patio on a condo,
yes.
you know, there's this option like this one in front, this tabletop, that's from Amazon. It's a soothing, soft flow of water. I really like that. But if you have a larger outdoor space, of course, there's tons of, you know, bigger, more dramatic options like this 3-tiered one on the end here. That one's from Home Depot. And I picture that kind of sitting in the garden I wish I had. Right. So, it's, you know, a beautiful backyard amongst the flowers, actually in the garden itself, right? So it just adds a little bit of height there.
And the birds will come by.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Yeah, water that
lovely.
moves attracts more birds than still water. So that's beautiful. Nice. It's something that's safe to have around children as well. That, you know, maybe some of the fireplaces might be a little bit more of a concern for parents. This is completely safe. I could, you know, if my boys a few years ago, if I'd had one of these in the backyard, they just would have been standing there with their toy trains, just like playing with it all day.
That's right.
Yeah, and then it's obviously soothing. You know, everyone talks about how we're not going away as much. We're spending our vacations in our backyards, in our homes, and this just gives you that calm feeling that we're all looking for. Yeah. And it can possibly drown out or at least distract you from some of the annoying neighbor noises that you might hear sometimes.
Depending on where you live, for sure, that is a good sort of white noise.
It is.
To guard against whatever might be happening in your neighborhood.
Exactly. So there's lots of really cool options. And then if you already have, let's say, a bird bath or something, there's this really cool option as well from Amazon, and it's a solar-powered fountain, and you just pop it in there, and then there's different tops that you can add so that the water flows in different ways, which is really, really cool, environmentally friendly too, which is fun.
Good clean energy.
But then because I'm me, I had to make my own.
Because you needed one that fits the Sarah Gunn aesthetic.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So make it.
Exactly. So you could use a pot. No problem. If you have a pot at home, you can get, you know, some of these elements and turn that into one. But I saw this again at Home Depot. It's a poof, a little ottoman for outside. Beautiful. And then I just flipped it upside down. So
the material of this, though, is perfect, because a lot of times you think poofs and you think it's going to be like fluffy. This one's got some integrity.
Yeah, it's exactly
plastic.
Ish, yeah. No, it is plastic. Okay. But if you can see the inside, it does have holes. So you can't just automatically turn this into a fountain. There's a couple of steps involved here.
Got it.
So what you need to do is
it's $69.98.
There you go, exactly.
In case you're interested.
Take that out. There you go.
Okay.
So then I also picked up this pond liner.
Okay.
Right? I think this one was 5 feet by 5 feet. So you just slide it in.
Yeah.
And then you trim it down so that, as you can see here, it's hanging over the edges.
Right.
In some places more than others. There we go. And then you just take this extra bit. I mean, ideally, if we weren't on TV and it wouldn't bore you guys to tears, you would smooth this out really, really well first.
Got it.
And then you tuck it down so it's just underneath the edge of the entire container.
So you want to make sure you have that protection, but you want it to look a little bit good. So of course you'd spend the time to make that straight.
I want it to look a lot good. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Exactly.
If it's going to go in Sarah's yard, it better be pretty.
It's got to be good.
It's got to be good.
So, and then I thought when I did this at home, which I always do ahead of the show, it was really heavy. I couldn't even move it. So to make it a little easier, I do recommend it actually building it where you're going to use it, just for that reason. But to make it a little bit lighter, I used the spare pond liner, and I just filled the bottom with that, because then you'll have to use less rocks. So it's
smart,
a little less expensive and a little bit more lightweight.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So then let's talk pumps. So this was my first time doing this.
Did you find it difficult?
Learned a couple things.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want a pump that's too weak, but you also don't want one that's too powerful.
Right. Or it's going to be...
Oh, I was like drenched from the waist down 2 days ago when I was building these on my front porch. It was entertaining for my neighbors. So
how do you know the speed or the,
this one was an 100 GPH pond pump. This little guy here.
Then that's not enough.
No, that's good.
That's good?
That's probably the most that you want.
Okay,
I was thinking, oh no, I need a 500.
Whoopsies.
That's this one right here. Maybe in your pool.
Yeah.
Or a really large pond.
Do
not use that. The one thing though, some of them do have diverters, so I learned that you can add this piece and then control the flow, which if you open the package and you find it's too powerful, try that. Otherwise, get a smaller one, you guys.
Yeah.
And then you fill in a little bit with rocks here.
Yep.
And then you just pop, you put your pump in the middle. And you want it to be a little bit higher than the container itself because you want that water to flow. And again,
Right.
there are different attachments to create different water flow.
Yeah.
You can switch it up with your mood.
And I mean, you can see right here, we've
Yeah.
got the final one here.
Yeah.
After that, you filled it with rocks, but you've got the cord coming out, so you
Right.
can plug that into whatever available source you have.
Exactly.
And then look at that. So is this the 100 one as well?
That
Tom?
is.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is perfect. And you put sort of a removable head on it so that it
They
can.
come with a bunch of different ones.
Love that.
Exactly. And then you just want to, you know, every once in a while, especially after a hot day,
Yeah.
just top up the water so that it's
right.
gonna work.
It's so that it's gonna work.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect color scheme for you, my friend.